Are you booted out or no?
No, I'm in. I can
Okay.
see us. Hi,
Hi.
live.
Yeah. Because I
We
just
are.
signed on to the Article 1776 YouTube.
Yep, and I just got a notification. This is our first live one.
Yeah. Welcome
Oh yeah.
aboard.
Hell yeah. See, I
Hell
didn't
yeah.
know what I was fucking doing and I got it to work.
Yeah.
Hello everybody. Welcome to the first Article 1776 live podcast. And Happy New Year.
Happy fucking New Year.
Happy New Year's Eve, I guess you should say.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Okay. So, this is the we're taking a little bit of a left turn here, but on the right side.
Yeah.
We're taking a bit of a right turn, okay?
Yeah.
I
Well,
shouldn't have
we're
said
your
left turn.
hosts. We're your hosts, Matthew Kicklighter, aka MK Warhammer. I'm feeling droggy as fuck. And this is the co-host, awesome best
Scottsdale
friend.
87.
Yes. So, welcome aboard,
This is
everyone.
weird. This is
Yeah.
weird. This
So today,
this is so weird.
so
It's
today
like
we're
because
gonna be talking about the First Amendment and how everything is going currently.
let's give a little bit of a background. So, like I said, we're gonna take a little bit of a right turn from what we normally do.
Yeah.
We are going to give kind of everybody a refresher course on what our Constitution is, and I want to start by saying that our Constitution is there to protect us
Yeah.
individually, not just as a whole, because not everyone's the same. And I want to read something from an FBI agent from back in 1966. His name was Dan Smoot. This is the ideal of a constitutional republic is individual liberty. In
Mm,
this century, great strides have been made toward the goal of subverting our republic and transforming it into a democracy. The foremost tactic of the subverters is subversion of language. By calling America a democracy, until people
mm,
thoughtlessly accept the term and use the term, totalitarians have obscured the real meanings and principles of American government. Now, I want to say that Article 1776, us in general, are constitutionalists. We
mm.
believe in our Constitution. We believe our Constitution can work if it's interpreted individually, not as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's what a constitutional republic is. It's individual liberty. We have
Mm-hmm.
liberties as individuals, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what this ratifies in concrete and makes concrete. It's a lot of one of the biggest things I've heard lately is our democracy's at stake. Our democracy's at stake. Our no, we don't have a democracy. We have a constitutional republic, and
Yeah.
that's what's at stake.
Yeah. It's some people get confused between the two, and I asked to myself, what's the fucking confusion? People
Yeah,
that It's people that are being brainwashed for today's certain media style because the media wants it to be thought up as a certain way, when people should be doing their own fucking research and saying that this is a republic, not a fucking democracy.
hmm
And it's crazy to me as to people how brainwashed people are and can be.
yeah. It's crazy, my guy. It's
And
crazy.
and it's I've always gone to say this for our First Amendment right. I'll disagree to the day is long. I'll disagree with fucking Adolf Hitler or anyone else like that, but I am not gonna shun anyone their right for their First Amendment right. Why? Because if I were to have my First Amendment right, and then someone else can disagree with me, that means that they could shun me out as well.
I wonder if because we are live, so that if anybody's in here now, I would really like to know if anybody actually knows what the First Amendment of the Constitution actually says verbatim.
Yeah.
I don't know it verbatim, like offhand, but like is that everyone I've ever talked to is like, what's the first one? They just say the right to free speech.
Yeah.
That's like a
I've
broad
heard-
term.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a broad term. I think.
I'm actually
Um,
on the. I'm actually looking at the live chat now. No, it's like nothing yet, but
That's fine. That's fine.
it's
So like,
so that's
there's
I'm checking it out.
that.
Yeah.
No one actually knows what the fucking Constitution is. So here's what the actual Constitution says, as per constitution.congress.gov.
Hmm.
Um, overview of first. Oh, no, that's sorry. That's not it. First Amendment is fundamental freedoms. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech
Why
or
don't you
of
put
the
it
press.
up on share the screen? Share the screen.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
way
I got
people
you. I
can
got
see.
you. Let's put it over here on this screen. We'll do that. Doing it on the fly. Okay. Oh, that's bright. Hang on. Let's put that over here.
I wouldn't put that like
Yeah, it's
Nord
just,
Nord
it's gonna be
NordVPN.
bright. It's just gonna be bright. I can't help it.
NordVPN, help us.
Okay. I've got your Discord info out.
No, yeah, please don't. Like, there
Well,
we
I mean,
go.
it's Discord. That's just
Yeah.
fucking like, it probably looks really bad on my screen. So I'm gonna do my best here. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right to the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redness of grievances. I don't know what that last part means. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. Like,
English.
I absolutely don't know. That's hard English right there.
Yeah.
But so right there, you have the freedom to pursue whatever religion you want without persecution in the United States, which is
Yeah.
a boon for some religions.
Yeah.
Is it Cambodia or Laos? Anyway, there was a religious persecutions of a certain religion, obviously, duh. In that area for a long time. I think it's like the Khmer Rouge or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm not sure that's actually the name. But I think I'm on the right track with it. I have to look it up. I'm not an actual historian or anything. I just know random shit. But like, they were those people were religious, and the military basically purged them. Cameron Rouge, I think. Cameron Rouge, I think. Laos,
Yeah.
Cambodia, something like that. So, they were worshiping a certain deity or god or a certain way, and the military government didn't like that, and they went through and basically almost exterminated these people. Do you remember, it was one of the last Rambo movies, not the last one, but the one before it? That area is what I'm talking about. If you ever saw that one,
Yeah.
that was the area that I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly
That's
what
the
you're talking about.
that's the exact like religious sect, military government replica of that area. So like, that was pretty spot on for that geography, I guess.
Okay.
So like, you can't do that in places like that. You can't worship how you want to worship. You can't worship a different god than what the government worships, or what the head of the government worships. You have to worship what they worship, or they fucking kill you. They literally kill the men and then enslave the women and children.
Yeah.
So obviously that sucks, right?
Yeah.
We don't do that here. You can be Jewish and live here. You can be Hindu and live here. You can be Muslim and live here. You can be Catholic, Christian, Protestant, Baptist, Southern Baptist, and that's
Yeah.
Episcopalian. That's those. Sorry, guys, but
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah. Mhm.
But like, you can't be persecuted for it. You're not going to be stoned to death. You're not going to. You're not. Your head's not going to be chopped off. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the government can't prohibit you from exercising that. That's like the second line where it says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.
I'll give you a little extra, a little something here that can kind of jump back
Give
into
you a
it.
little exercise.
So a little example. So a few years back, there was a gentleman that walked into the DMV.
Okay.
He literally had a pasta strainer on his head and proclaimed pasta as his religion on his driver's license, and no one could stop him. It was legit.
You can do that.
Yeah. It's
Well,
like-
I mean, well, I think license would be tricky. You'd actually have to get your name changed, like
Yeah.
legally changed to just pasta. My stepson actually had his last name legally changed from his late father's last name to his mother's maiden name. So I
But-
thought that was pretty cool. It was his, and that was his decision too. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, what would he change it to your last name once the marriage is?
Probably not, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
completely fine. That's his choice. Like that's the thing. That's his choice.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I didn't know if that would affect for legality purposes, since she would be
No.
changing her.
No,
Okay.
you would just file it as like an amendment to whatever, an
Okay.
amendment to your current status, I guess. But no, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's going to change. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, would I like to? It'd be a fucking honor. But
Yeah.
the boy's he's old enough to know the world. He knows how the world works.
Yeah.
So
Now, I kind of want to get into something here. Okay. If you could put that down really quick, like a little bit. So, I've been reviewing this the whole entire fucking week, the whole entire fucking time. Do you hear the thing that the Marine Corps is getting rid of sir and ma'am after all this time because they wanted to do the gender equality thing or whatever it's called? By the look of your face, I can see that you haven't heard that already.
no, I haven't, and that's actually very frustrating.
So here's a fucking thing. If people are so offended by you saying sir or ma'am, how the fuck are you gonna win wars? How the fuck are you going to perfectly survive? If you're so easily offended with what someone says, you should not belong on the front lines.
So what are they going to say? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So here's the
Say
thing.
say I'm your DI, okay?
Yeah.
Say I'm your XO or whatever, okay?
Yeah.
We get back from a training exercise and I need 4 or 5 guys to wash the Humvees.
Yeah.
Kicklight, I need you to wash those Humvees. You think you can get that done?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to say? No,
Yes, sir.
but if they take that out, what are they going to say? Yeah, okay.
Yes, Captain. I don't know.
Like, you're still issuing, well, I guess you're not issuing a gender,
Yeah.
I guess, but like, that just seems
Yes, they. them.
redundant to
What-
say
what-
it every time.
Yeah.
Yes, they, him, they, them, he, she. It's not to be, listen, it's not to be disrespectful. Like,
Yeah.
that's not my intention at all. But the problem is, it's just basic respect.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you're so offended by a person's words, their First
You shouldn't be in the
Amendment,
military.
yeah, their First Amendment right. If you can't handle the fucking stressors of someone else's words, how are you going to handle how are you going to handle the stressors of an IED going off? How are
Or a
you going
fucking
to
grenade going off in your fucking face. Like, how?
how are you going to put under the pressure of handle underneath the pressure of a firefight? How? Like absolutely how? I don't give
I
a
don't know.
fuck. I don't give a fuck if a person is offended by a person's whatever they want to say. If they're offended, that's their fucking problem. My job in the Marine Corps as infantry, my job was to make sure that my dudes made it home safely, and same and vice versa. We didn't give a fuck about how a person like their first like how they express themselves. We wanted to make sure that they all got each other home safely.
See, that's one
And
thing I've noticed about you military guys is like language really is not a barrier, especially Marines, because Marines are some fucking rowdy, rough, just vulgar motherfuckers when you get like 9 or 10 of them together in some Jack Daniels or whatever.
yeah,
Like, language does not exist. You're a
yeah,
motherfucker, I'm a motherfucker, his mom's a motherfucker.
yeah,
Like, motherfucker, please.
yeah. So here I'm looking it up now.
So, well, the thing is, it's like, if the people who are protecting our freedom of speech don't give a shit about the words, I think they get that right too,
Yeah,
you know. But they're doing it because they're already protecting ours.
yeah.
I don't know. I think it's all dumb.
I'm looking it up, sir or ma'am.
I think it's dumb they got rid of the shark attack.
Yeah, I think that's fucking stupid. So okay,
I had no
guess
problem
what?
with that.
Guess where I'm pulling it from here. The New York
Probably
Post.
Black Rifle. Oh. The New York Post. Well, of course they're going to run that story.
Yeah,
Everything's fake.
yeah. Or Chrome tab. I don't know exactly how to do this, but I'm trying to pull it up right now. Can you no?
Send me the link in Discord and I can pull it up.
This shit is crazy though.
Where'd you go? Yeah, send me the link in Discord and I'll pull it up.
Can you see me?
Where do you go? I see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right. I sent it.
All right. Oh, God. Being urged to stop calling boot camps instructors yes, ma'am, or yes, sir. The recommendation came from an academic report in 2020. The suggested measures would make drill instructors of both genders feel more comfortable when they are being addressed by cadets. Are you kidding me? Are you? Look, okay, I have a big problem with that. Marine Corps drill instructors are already fucking animals.
Yeah.
Okay. You mean to tell me that a Marine Corps drill instructor would get offended because of what a cadet says to them?
Yeah.
Something's a little fucky. See? And that's what I'm talking about. We are not a fucking constitutional republic anymore. It's a democracy. Like I have no problem with people asking to be accepted
Yep.
by society. I have a problem when you demand to be included into every aspect of life without any, I guess, what am I trying to say? Without any respect for anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like you demand that we treat everybody the same,
Mm-hmm.
but get absolutely mortified when I request to feel, to be identified as something. Like I'm a dude.
Yeah.
Like you can call me a dude. I'm not gonna get offended by that. Like there's no science to suggest that there's not more than two genders anyway. Now I do know, and this is a scientific thing. I do know that there have been medical cases where people are born intergender.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not negating that
Or
at all.
what they call her.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
be like insensitive about it.
I don't
No
give a
offense or
fuck.
anything to them. Well, I know, but like that actually is a thing, and I think that's probably a very sensitive subject for people.
Yeah.
That actually is a thing.
Yeah.
A grown ass man deciding one day that he's a woman doesn't necessarily make sense to me in the laws of science. And it's probably because I believe more in science than, I guess, science fiction.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it. I don't understand it per se. But it's not like I'm scared of it. It's just I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but none of it makes sense. You know?
Not at all. None
In
of
the
it.
animal world, there's not 4 genders. In the animal world, there's not 18 genders. In the animal world, there's not 800. In the animal world, you have yes and no.
Yeah.
As yes is, does he have one? No, then that's the other one. So you have yes or no in the animal kingdom, which directly replicates the human kingdom, I should say, because
Yeah.
if you look, if you think about it, like we still have the same things. Dogs can get cancer. I've had cancer. You can get cancer. Cats can get it. Birds can get it. Sharks can get it. Dolphins get it. Okay, they can all get cancer. Cool.
Yeah.
Monkeys can get HIV. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Monkeys can actually contract HIV. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
We're not direct, but we're like indirectly related, I would think, to primates, given the, the similarities. Obviously, it stops at a certain genetic code, but they can get HIV too. They can get cancer. They can get colds. They can learn. They can feel. They have emotional attachment just like we do. But you don't. There's only male and female monkeys. Hey, I mean,
Okay. So
to help the religious people. Sorry to cut you off, but to help the religious people,
You're good.
in the beginning, God made Adam and Eve, and Adam and Eve were male and female. So there you go.
and what's funny is that, and I respect for a person's comfort, right? For this, I guess I can have conversations to say, what's the next galaxy next to us? We have the Milky Way. There's
Andromeda.
Andromeda. So many people that actually feel scared as to knowing that how small we are as a universe, and still thinking that God created everything and everyone has the right to believe in what they want to believe, and that's their
Free will,
freedom of
yeah.
speech. And so it's like they get uncomfortable with that because there is a certain morality behind having a belief with something such as
Mhm.
Jesus Christ and everything else like that they don't want
Jesus
to Dolby
Christ.
Dolby into something as deep as that, because then they start to feel uncomfortable. I
Mhm.
guess it's whatever, but to me, because I can acknowledge the fact that we are small as a fucking planet.
Oh yeah, in the cosmic soup, yeah, definitely, I agree.
Yeah, like we are fucking small, and then going and venturing out into places like that can make a person kind of scared. Me personally, I think that the more that you limit yourself, the more that you're kind of restrained into a certain type of thought style. But
Yeah.
I can understand it. That's why for certain subjects, that if you want to believe that if you're a woman or a man, I don't agree with it if you're not biologically. But if that's
I ain't
all
gonna
I'll
hate
say.
on you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking hate on you for what your thoughts and beliefs are. You do you. That's what it is. It's the
Okay.
same. It falls in the same line in context.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's fucking when it comes into things as saying sir or ma'am in the military, when people are putting their lives on the line and trying to handle stressors for having all that stuff put in your face, I'll say fucking fuck
I
you.
have I have a question.
Yeah,
And this is actually a question that I should probably ask somebody from every branch.
yeah,
And I kind of feel like I would really want to ask somebody who is like currently enlisted with every branch.
well, also you would have to say some certain questions you had to ask because
It's
every
just
MO.
actually one specific question. No, it's
Yeah.
just one specific question.
Okay.
Have you ever encountered a transgender DI?
No. Never. Not to well, at least not to
And
my knowledge. No.
well, but after you were out, I think is when they got rid of the don't ask, don't tell thing. If you're gay or whatever, you could be in the military and you can be open about it. Nobody cares. So like I would think it would probably have to do something. I think it would be something I would ask somebody who's was in around or after that time. But I would really and for the sake of conversation would really really like to know if there actually are any like openly transgender DIs
Yeah.
in every branch of the military, because then I think that if yes that's a thing,
Yeah.
then I can understand where this conversation came from.
Yeah.
And for the sake of conversation, because I think like this warrants a conversation.
Well, for me, I there wasn't because here's the perspective that you if almost falls in line with an God forbid this is just my speaking and the factual cases. There is a reference. It kind of almost falls in line as to women joining up in the infantry world. They are kind of on the fence about it because in the certain sense that what cases it might cause or bring up or bring trouble to when you
Yeah.
bring a when you bring a uh person, whether if they believe are trans or being a female in the infantry side of the world, with infantry being all male right now, I'll say that in
Mhm.
cases right now, there is going to be some tension with the fact of how many rape cases or I can't say, I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube.
Let's say
Bad
grape.
grape cases in that fucking side of the thing. And I'm not saying that all
Sadly, it
women,
happens. No, you're absolutely right. Sadly, it happens because it does happen. It
yeah,
happens in every aspect of life still to this day, and it sucks because
yeah.
it's not necessary. It's not necessary. And it's not right by any means. Not by any means at all.
So
But it does happen.
and to go in the case as to what I think if the women want to join the infantry world, fine. Have their own separate little battalion for it.
Well,
Instead
no,
of
no,
instead of
I
just
see where you're going with that.
instead of just mixing it in with dudes, because if you were to if you were to mix it in with dudes, nothing but problems are gonna be happening.
But you'd have to get those badass chicks who have no problem with other badass chicks. You know what I mean? You can't
Yeah.
be like, yeah, well, Linda stole my fucking lipstick. I hate that bitch. She can fucking die.
Yeah, because like literally, I think I said it before. Four of the, I think, what was it?
It was like
Three
4 or
or-
5.
Yeah, of only the whole entire squad bay of female Marines only passed SOI. When it's when if you get a class of whole entire dudes there, all of us passed. All of us passed for SOI school. That's
Yeah.
another story for another time for that one. But if you were to do that and to have their own separate division or a separate battalion, no problem. You know, like I don't see any problem as to living wise about that. And if we were to pick some strong ass females that
Yeah.
were to be able to carry the weight of someone that has been hurt in the line of duty, you know,
Did you
out
get
in
my
the front
message?
lines. No,
Oh, yeah, I sent you a message on Instagram. I still
yeah.
gotta. Yeah.
Yeah, so but that's the way that I kind of feel about it, and I could see it from that perspective.
I want to put, before we wrap up, I want to put it into a great wide perspective real quick.
Yeah,
If you are living in America, you are privileged.
yeah,
You were born in America, you were privileged. It's not white, it's not black, it's not tan, brown, whatever color you can think of. It's not about a color. You live in America, you're privileged. And by the blood and the sweat and like just the crap
yeah,
that tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of Marines and soldiers, sailors, and Air Force members that they've gone through, you are privileged.
yeah,
You have a constitution which binds those privileges to you as individual liberties.
yeah,
And I strongly suggest that people as an individual, not as a whole, try to interpret this constitution for themselves. It is open for interpretation. These people who wrote this knew that this shit was going to change.
mm-hmm.
And they worded it in such a simplistic manner that it seems barbaric, I'm sure. But it's that way for a reason.
Yeah,
We are losing the ability to have that constitution, and I fear one day that if not in our time, in another, that individual piece of paper itself may get destroyed. Like the actual constitution itself, I fear one day could be destroyed, and this country, for whatever generation it is, whether it be distant or near future for us, it's really gonna suck, and it's gonna be a very bleak world.
yeah, and it's crazy, you know. But do you want to know one thing?
What's that?
Do you know the company and organization that would help preserve those rights of free speech and Second Amendment and all the amendments above?
Article 1776, motherfucker.
Fuck yeah. So guys, I want to say thank you all so much for joining us on our first ever live stream episode.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year and Merry
Be safe.
Yeah.
Drive
all
drunk.
that.
I'm kidding. Don't do that. Don't do
Tweet-
that. Don't do
YouTube-
that.
YouTube, we are just kidding. Don't
That was a
strike us,
joke.
please.
That was
Please.
a joke. I don't want anybody to drive drunk. That's
Yeah.
why I'm staying home and drinking tonight. And
Yeah.
even my guests can stay here tonight and drink. It's fine.
Yeah. But we want to say thank you all so much for joining us. Scott, still give them your socials and everything.
That's Scottsdale 87 all across the board.
Fucking A, right? And I'm gonna change my stuff all across the board.
You said
to-
that 3 days ago.
Oh, well, I've been fucking busy, like literally.
Take 5 minutes. Do it on your phone on the shitter.
I
Get
can't
it done.
Like,
Pitter
I don't-
patter.
Fuck. I wish I had room to fucking breathe. You know, I helped take care of my mother when over at her place.
I know.
Yeah, it's like shit's fucking nuts.
But you're
no,
not doing anything when you take a shit except eating crayons anyway. So it's just
yeah. It
fucking
comes out
take care of it on your phone.
It comes out colorful,
I
like my
mean-
language.
It's like confetti.
Fun.
The paper's like confetti strips.
Fun for the whoever's doing my sewage. Not fun for me, but so it's not fun. But so I am
All right, guys.
I am Matthew Kicklighter. You can find me on Instagram, Kicklighter Matthew 1988, and you can find me on Twitch. That is MK Warhammer 0311, and you can find the company on Instagram, Article 1776 Clothing. We want to say thank y'all so much. Freedom the fuck on, and I love y'all so much. Where did that come
my shoes.
Freedom the fuck on. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us in the line stream. Bye bye.